Live from Las Vegas. Before we get in the show, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This podcast is presented by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, located at 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you're someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, joined with Liddell tonight.
Live on location.
All right, let's get right into it, Lido. So we were just talking about it. The NBA in-season tournament has come out. From what we understand, it's 4 games, 2 home, 2 on the road.
For sure.
The Pelicans group is the Mavericks, Rockets, obviously the Pelicans, Nuggets, and Clippers.
Yeah.
Okay. So they will play those games in November. The teams with the best record in each group move on, and then there's 2 wild cards. Before we get into like the actual games and everything, what are your actual thoughts of the season tournament?
I think the season tournament is very unnecessary. I think it's a waste of time, but the NBA is going to make money. So I don't think that the NBA cares what I think.
No, they don't. They probably don't. I think it's...
Wait, let me say this. I do think that I was kind of skeptical of the play-in tournament at first. So it turns out that this could potentially be fire, and I'm really just an old man that hates everything initially. And I may learn to like this, but it may also be stupid, and I may also be right. So
can we dive into it? So looking at it, you got the defending champs, you got the Clippers who are a problem. The Rockets definitely got better. You got Kyrie and Luka. 2 home, 2 road. I mean, that's a tough conference, but a tough group. But we looked at it. I feel like every group is balanced.
They did a very good job. While I do not like the idea of it, I think that whoever the competition committee or whoever picked put the teams together, they did a damn good job. Every group seems like it's a competitive bracket. Even the teams that aren't so good, they're in. When you look at the team, like you said, you got the defensive champ. I mean, you got the NBA champs. You got Luka, Kyrie. You got Paul and Kawhi.
Then you got Van Fleet and the Rockets and Jabari and
that whole new regime. It's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, I actually like it. I'm interested to see it, but the other groups are 76ers, Cavs, Hawks, Pacers, Pistons. This is the East. Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Hornets, Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Magic. Then the West, man, this is crazy. This group: Memphis, Phoenix, LA, Utah, Portland. And obviously Group B is us.
I was watching that live. When they announced it. And when they said the first 3 teams, I said, I bet any amount of money the Pelicans are going to be in that.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And then this one's interesting, man. Kings, Warriors, Thunder, Group C. Kings, Warriors, Thunder, Wolves, Spurs. I mean, Kings have one of the best, years in the last 20 years. Last year, the Warriors, obviously, with Steph, Clay, Chris Paul, Draymond back. The Thunder, one of the most exciting teams in the league.
Yeah.
T-Wolves, if they figure out with Ant, Rudy, and Cat, and obviously Wemby and the Spurs, that's a hell of a group right there. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see it. I actually am. It might be stupid, but I'm at least excited.
It is basketball, so I'm gonna watch it.
Do we know? I've been reading on it. What are the results? Like, what happens if you win?
You get
obviously you win the tournament, but you get something.
You get a Commissioner's Cup, probably like the WNBA.
Yeah.
Something. Well, if it's anything like the Commissioner's Cup, that small ass trophy that they gave Kelsey Plum last year, then like you can keep that shit.
And then genius of the NBA, the Final Four is in Las Vegas. I mean, you're gonna market the hell out of that. That's gonna be something to travel for.
Yeah, it's just all right, man. The guys know how to make money. I'll give you that. I think the tournament is useless because it has no bearing on like playoff. I don't think it has any.
Well, I think you get like certain point. We're gonna have to look that up. So sorry, we don't have that in front of us.
I'm just gonna spread misinformation and say that I don't think that you get anything for it for the playoffs, and it doesn't determine the NBA championship.
Okay,
that's just my 2 cents.
Let's get right into this one. Second segment: Dyson Daniels, Jordan Hawkins grades. a lot of mixed reviews with Dyson Daniels. Once again, I thought he did a lot of nice things. I thought there were some things he needs to improve on. His shooting still wasn't there. I think went 0-4 from deep, but I thought he played downhill at times. I thought at least he tried to attack the rim. In my opinion, at least I thought he tried to attack the rim. I don't know if you agree on that, but overall, what grade would you give him yesterday's performance, and then what would you like to see tonight against the Warriors?
I bet. Dyson scored 18 points.
Yeah, 18.
Scored 18 points. He did do a good job attacking the rim. He looked at the rim. Over the summer, he got my advice, I think, and sent the rim some flowers. Took it on a date. Didn't. All right, look.
Oh, I'm interested.
Is this a grade? I have to give a grade.
Yeah, give a grade.
It's a C.
Wow, I think you're a lot of pushback, but go ahead. Wow.
I don't care. I don't know these people.
Go ahead.
It's a C because for me, I think when you talk about second year guys, like you want to come back with fluidity in your game, and I wasn't really sold on. While he did have 18 points, you know, we had a conversation yesterday. The box score doesn't tell the whole story, and I think he had 3 or 4 turnovers, which really didn't. I really wasn't bothered by the turnovers. I think that I was just looking for more confidence on his end as far as like mastery with the ball. Like when I'm looking at a second year player, I'm looking at Matherin and Keegan, right, coming back and destroying the younger guys. And I understand he's not on the level of a Keegan or a Dyson, of a Matherin or Keegan offensively. I still think that with his physical gifts and his, his tool set is sharp enough where he should be able to just dominate younger players. And listen, I'm probably being nitpicky because he scored 18 points. I think I just want to see it done in a more confident manner. I think I want to see more. He was still very hesitant with a lot of his decisions, and I like to see. And listen, this is just game one, right? It's just game one. You asked me my grade. My grade is a C on game one. I would like to see more confidence as far as less hesitation, less think. I want him to stop thinking so much and just do. I know Dyson put the work in. I saw all the offseason videos. So now I'm not saying that he won't get there, but I think if he's the lead guard or how they projected him to be the lead guard in the summer league, like they're pretty much saying this is your team.
Yeah.
In the summer, like, I want him to, and also it was some passes that I thought he should have been able to make.
Yeah.
That he didn't make.
Yeah.
They were either he was too slow in the pass.
The one thing I liked about Dyson that I did notice yesterday is he was very vocal, and he actually looked like he wanted to be the leader of the team, where he was trying to direct different players and where to put them on different spots of the court, and that's what I liked about Dyson. Now, I thought the airballing of a free throw was interesting, even though he still went 6 of 8 from the line. And he did airball a 3-pointer, but he's got room to improve on. But
that didn't even bother me. What bothered me is so much of him, like he's giving the ball up once he gets it.
Yeah, instead of just getting it right, and so he's deferring instead of we talked about that yesterday about getting the ball, rebounding, and going. I mean, he had 5 rebounds last night, 3 assists.
Great rebounder. He's a great rebounder for a guard.
But there were some possessions I didn't think Dyson was great defensively, but 4 steals. I mean, he led off the game with a steal and an and one. You said something very interesting, that you think that Dyson could be a better defender than Herb Jones.
I mean, potentially, like he's younger. He you look at Dyson and he came into the league at 19, guarding LeBron, guarding Luka, guarding whoever a lot of times last year they put him on whoever the other team's best player was, and he thrived in those times. Like he didn't fold. He was very. It's so weird because like on the defensive end, he has no hesitancy. He's confident. He's confident, and I just want the switch to flip, to the other side of the ball. And I don't. I'm not saying he's a lost cause. I'm not saying anything like that. We just having an honest conversation about how I felt the game was yesterday. I think that Dyson could be I think that his offensive game is going to grow. He's still 20. He's still just 20, right? His offensive game is going to grow into who knows. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to. I don't want him to turn into Matisse Thybulle. I don't want him to turn into a guy who can only play in segments and spurts, and because he's so special defensively that I same with her. Like,
and Willie prioritizes that, so of course he's gonna get a shot to play, and that's why you want to see just a little bit more confidence on the offensive end, because then if he puts that together, I then see the potential. I see that this kid can be something really special, but it's a roller coaster. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I thought yesterday was kind of a roller coaster. A lot of people talked about his turnovers there late in the fourth. I think he got glassed twice. And he had 2 turnovers there late in the fourth. And look, that it's nitpicking, right? And I understand the team had 31 turnovers. He won the only one just turned the ball over. Hawkins had 4.
Oh, it was a bad performance.
Yeah, it was overall bad performance. So yeah, obviously a lot of people are, but what you're kind of trying to say is like that was a great moment for maybe Dyson to just take over that game yesterday, and we just didn't see it. Now it's game 1. Okay.
Yeah.
This is an overreaction. It's an honest opinion, and I agree with you. I think his defense in spurts really helped out his grade. And yes, he had 18 points. I get it.
All right, Justin, look, check this out.
I thought he could have had at least 25, in my opinion.
I don't think he has I don't think he has a button to turn it on. I don't think he
turn it on offensively.
I don't think he has that. And it's not a diss to him. I just don't believe that he's a guard. So if you're putting the ball in somebody's hands who's not naturally either a creator, offensively, or like not for like just the team but for themselves. Like, I think Dyson is the secondary creator. Dyson is the guy who fills the void in the next pass, the hockey assist. I think when you look at him like that and when you treat him like that, you don't put these expectations on him of he should go out there and look like a guard, basically.
Yeah, I agree with you. But he's got room for improvement, and I hope that he plays a couple more games in the summer league that they don't shut him down. We might have heard that.
Nah, he need to play all of them. Yo, listen, listening to Jabari Smith, listening to Ben Matherin and Keegan's, and like they said, they as second year players, they want to come back and they want to dominate for their rooks. They want to dominate for their coaching staffs. They want to set the tone. And like you getting minutes, like Dyson's never gonna have the ball in his hands in the regular season. Based on who's on this team, you should take advantage of every minute you can in just to play basketball, especially to play basketball with you got somebody calling sets for you and running plays and making you the primary whatever, right? Like take advantage of that. I hope the Pelicans don't shut them down.
Yeah. Let's move on to Jordan Hawkins. He also had a lot of mixed reviews. I thought that it's interesting because the box score, this is another box score kind of casualty here, is that you look at it, goes 3 of 10 from deep, 6 of 15, and then has 4 turnovers. Not that great of a game.
Right.
But every shot he took,
I
thought was the right shot.
For sure.
And that also the confidence just oozing from this kid, that he did not care that if he missed, he still was going to put it up. And I thought that he did, confidence wise. I love what I saw from him, and I love the amount of 3-point attempts that he took, and I love also different ways of scoring. We all know he's a shooter, but we saw him put it on the floor, Liddell, a couple times, and he finished at the rim. And you saw Casey Hill trusting him late in the second half as the point guard. So what grade would you gave Dyson a C? And I think you're gonna have a lot. I think he has 18 points, he's the lead scorer. What would you give Hawkins?
I'm giving Hawk a B.
Okay. Why is Hawkins a B?
Can I curse?
We've already fucking cursed.
So every time he either got the pass on a catch from running basically circles around his defender. Hawk was out there running wide receiver routes. He had some slant goals. He had some up and out, some fades. Like he never stopped moving. He probably ran about, if we got to put it in mileage terms, he probably ran 20 miles yesterday. He literally never stopped. The one thing about his shot not falling I wasn't bothered at all. Matter of fact, this is why I was gonna ask you if I could curse, because every time he went to shoot it, the one thought in my mind was shoot them bitches,
I was gonna say pull that bitch.
shoot it. That shit, the shot looked good. He shoots the same. He shot the same shot every time, and it really made no difference to him demeanor wise. When he missed, he didn't make a difference. When he made it, it didn't make a difference because he knows you can see, and this is what I mean when I say as far as like no hesitation. It was just muscle memory. It was, I do this. I've done this before. I may have not done it in this setting, but I've put enough work in. I've ran around. Yo, like he was literally just running around, bro. Like he there was a possession we talked about it just on the pod, but like there was a possession where he had just missed 2 free throws, and I don't remember who it was. I think 36 set a pick. And Dyson, the Hawk was running his man into it, literally just stopped on a dime, hesitated. And then he ran full speed past him and got an open shot, got fouled on a 3. And like those little things you cannot teach. You don't teach that. I think that's something you get from studying the game and studying players with your same kind of shot profile or skill set. And to answer your question, Justin, yeah, you saw him put the ball on the floor. He looked confident handling the ball. He stepped into a couple dribble pull-ups. And whether there was a screen or no screen there,
on the top of the key.
on
Like, when
top
he
of the
just
key.
sized up his man and
Yeah.
just like, all right, you can give me this kind of room. Well, I'm gonna pull. And that confidence coming from him, that's something I didn't know he had. In his presser, he said, I think it might have been Guillory or Five might have asked him about his confidence, and he said, that's why they drafted me. I'm a shooter. I know I can shoot.
He said that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him an A. That's the shit I like. That's what I like.
Like he's got an attitude.
I like
it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And look, you look at the box score. He goes 1 of 6 from the free throw line. He goes 3 of 10 from deep. He's got 4 turnovers, and you give him a better grade than Dyson.
The thing is, it's not always about the final stat. It's about the process. When I can
Right.
clearly see the process, and I see that the process is on track to be whatever it's gonna be. It makes a difference for me. I'm a process. Like I like to see the work. Like when you was in school and your teacher just like, yo, show the work. Don't just give me the answer. Show the work.
Like the math, like a math test. You would have to show the work in order to get the answer, or you wouldn't get the answer correct.
I like to see the work. And I'm not saying, and this is the thing, I'm not saying Dyson's not putting the work in. I truthfully just believe that he's a wing and he's not a guard, and putting the ball in his hand, I don't think is beneficial to him offensively.
Okay. I mean, look, that's fair. And
also, if you want me to be honest, we didn't have the best offensive game plan yesterday anyway.
It was bad. It's
So
well, you know what? I'm not wasting any more time on it.
No, I'm just gonna say. So if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna put the ball in he or Seburn's hands, Seburn wasn't very good yesterday either. If you're gonna put the ball in their hands, I think you got to give a better game plan other than ISO break your man down or come and set the pick, then try to make the immediate roll pass. But a lot of times yesterday when the pick was there, the hedge was there and they got doubled. So like you couldn't necessarily make the pocket pass. Hands in there. And a lot of times Seaman tried to get past his man and he was just getting stripped from the player behind him. So it just wasn't, we didn't guard wise, it wasn't a very
it wasn't a very good game.
Yeah.
I mean, Hawkins, Daniels, and Seaburn combined for 15 turnovers, so half the turnovers. You can't have your backcourt doing that. And I don't, I was very disappointed in Seaburn. Real quick, EJ Liddell. I know we talked about him a little bit, but just seeing him bounce back from the ACL. He didn't get a touch in the first quarter, which I thought was annoying. But then the second, third, you started seeing him get more active. He had a couple and ones, 3 rebounds. He attempted 1 3-pointer. I wish he'd get a couple more up. 20 minutes.
Got down block though.
Clearly, he's on a pitch count or time count, whatever you want to say. But how you thought he looked?
I thought he looked good. I mean, obviously, like he looks a step slow. I mean, he hasn't played basketball in a long time, and there's no way his conditioning is going to be there yet. But I'm very hopeful in EJ Liddell. I have real estate on that island, and I think he can also be special defensively. I think he also
long, man.
can be an NBA ready defender. He's got the body for it. You can't just get him out the way. And I think he got a little bit of an attitude. And the things to me with EJ's a player at Ohio State who had the ball in his hands. While not a guard, he did it from the forward position. And he was the best player on that team. So he carried, I think he averaged 16 points a game his last year in college. So he carried a lot of that offense. What I saw yesterday was he got past his man. He snake dribbled into the lane and he got an and one. He got a layup on another possession. And then how many points did he have?
I think he had, let me see. EJ had 4-6, had 9 points. So very efficient, 101 from the free throw line.
That's
what he does. You know what he is? He's great. He's for this year. He's great insurance for Larry Nance. When Larry went down last year, I felt like this team. When Larry and Jose went down, I felt like this team just the wheels came off, which is kind of crazy to think about. But and obviously Zion got hurt.
I don't think that's crazy to think about. You gotta have somebody. You gotta have somebody who's gonna speak up.
But I think EJ's gonna get. I think EJ deserves minutes this year on the big team, on the big league team.
I think he was gonna get minutes last year.
You really think so? Well, yeah, no doubt. He would have got it last year because of Zion out, Larry out. He would have played. But I want to see. I hope he gets up to like 25 minutes tomorrow tonight against the Warriors. All right. Presented by Company Burger located at 4600 Freret Street. By the way, Seaburn went De'Aaron, sorry. De'Aaron Seaburn?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I say De'Aaron? Because we saw DeAndre Hunter today. That's why I said it. 8 of 8 from the free throw line for Seaburn. So there's one positive from him because he does attack, he does draw contact. 8 of 8, that's pretty good.
The one criticism I have for Seaburn is there was no sense of urgency.
That was so disappointing to see, bro.
As far as like he's probably got the fastest, quickest step on most summer league course that he's gonna get on, unless like Scoot or Amin is playing. And I feel like we played at a really slow pace. I get it, it's summer league, but I thought, this is 0.5 basketball that we
the way Hawkins plays, kind of a chip on his shoulder. I didn't see that from Seaburn. That's the one thing I guess I didn't see.
Hey, listen, man. Second game, bounce back game one.
Back.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
interesting report. Wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes. Presented by Company Burger located 4600 Freret Street. The Heat are rumored to be interested in Jonas Valanciunas. Obviously, Dame Lillard coming out these last couple of days. I'm not gonna play for, or his reports are saying that he ain't gonna play for anybody but the Miami Heat. Now the Heat are interested in Jonas Valanciunas. Does this mean maybe, I'm not saying the Pelicans would get Bam, would Bam maybe get moved out for Dame and then Jonas would slide in? You said maybe Jonas would be a backup big, or maybe the Heat could put, as you said, Bam at the 4, Jonas at the 5, but then who would the Pelicans get? There's a lot of questions here, but I think it's an interesting team that they're interested in Jonas Valanciunas, because if that trade does happen, I think it's got to be a 3-team trade for Jonas.
I think that,
and Dame.
I think Jonas and Bam would be fine together, because Bam would then be the weak side guy who could help protect the rim. JV could take the brunt of the physical punishment, so Bam wouldn't have to deal with that.
Dude, that team would be pretty. Dame, Jimmy, Bam, Jonas.
I don't think Bam would not be leaving Miami. I could guarantee you that. I pretty much feel like he's untouchable in their eyes. I think
no way Nurkic comes to New Orleans, right?
I mean, I don't necessarily value Nurk like that. I wouldn't particularly want him. I think Hero is definitely going to be leaving Miami. Now they may have to throw, I don't know, maybe Dunk in and somebody else to make the salaries work for Dame. I don't know, but
I just thought it was an interesting team that I just thought it was interesting that the Heat are interested in Jonas Valanciunas.
I don't think that motherfucker is nice.
I'm not saying, but I'm thinking if there's got to be a third team involved, because we all know Miami's package is not good.
It's got to be a third team involved, but
who is it?
Jonas is a guy who's a walking double-double. Bam he's guarding literally the best player on the biggest player on the other team at 6'9", right? So you put him basically in what could be his natural position, and he could be more point forward than anything. And I feel like that's gonna open the game.
And Jonas can spread the floor with Bam.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
it would be interesting. That'd be.
I think that's a smart move for Miami. I mean, it's an awful loss for the Pelicans, but I also don't think that Bam. I don't also think that Jonas wouldn't be used in the ways that he may get more touches in Miami, because they're a lot less outside of Tyler Hero, a lot less ISO ballish and more movement offense and more like pass first team than we are.
Right.
So, and that's not a diss to us, but it's just how we play.
Yeah. What do you want to see tomorrow or tonight? Sorry.
I want to see confidence. I want to see less hesitation
from Dice.
I want to see less hesitation. I want him to go with his move, and I don't want him to second guess himself, because I do think he can be a special player.
It's crazy how confident he is on the defensive side of the ball and not so confident on the offensive
side. Just flip the switch. That's all. Just flip the switch. And look, the work will show itself, because we see him with Coach Vincent. We see him with.
He's always working, dude.
He's always working. He's always shooting. And listen, man, let me say this: his shooting form, his form looks nice, and his release has gotten quicker. I do want to add that I see the difference in his jump shot. It's not a huge difference; it's kind of slight, but like when you see his form, it looks good. That's why I said the air balls didn't bother me, because the air balls, to me, it's just a mental thing. It means you're thinking rather than just muscle memory. When everything becomes muscle memory for him, I think the game's gonna be a lot easier. But as far as like being the lead guard and a creator off the dribble, I just don't think that's his game, and nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that.
He can always improve in that. He can always improve.
He could, but it also just might not be him.
Maybe it's not. We don't like. That's what I'm saying. It's a game where people gotta.
And that's,
some people gave him like an A+ yesterday. I'm like A+. Like I don't think anybody had an A+ yesterday. I mean, just I think that he's got things to work on, and obviously he works. And I think. I like to see him finish out summer league, because I think these games are very important, especially from confidence wise. So, like, comment, subscribe. Pels play Warriors Sunday night at 9. Once again, presented by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, and DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of Bucru Media. Lido, Justin, signing out from Las Vegas. It was quite an interesting trip. They got a couple more games. We will see y'all probably Tuesday or Wednesday night. Later.